My sweet friends right now, wherever you are, I invite you to take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, let go of everything that has weighed you down. Let go of fear. Let go of doubt. Let go of the past. You are here now. And that is a miracle. You are not broken. You are fine. You are not too late. You are a beautiful, radiant soul, growing, healing, becoming. Every experience you've had, every challenge you've faced, every moment of pain has led you to this powerful now. And in this moment, you have the ability to choose again, to speak to yourself with love, to release the old story, to plant the seeds of a new and vibrant life. So many of us walk through life with the belief that we are not good enough. We carry the heavy weight of judgment, our own and others. But what if today you simply laid it down? What if you said, I am willing to see things differently. I am open to healing. I am ready to love myself. Your thoughts create your life. Each thought is like a brushstroke painting the canvas of your reality. And when you begin to fill your mind with thoughts of love, of worthiness, of peace, your outer world begins to reflect that inner shift. Don't underestimate the power of a single affirmation. Say it with me now. I am safe. I am loved. Life supports me. Life, these aren't just words. They are healing. They are medicine for the soul. And the more you speak them, the more your heart begins to believe again. You begin to walk through life not from fear, but from faith. Not from shame, but from self-worth. And that shift is where the miracles live. You see, my beloved, life doesn't have to be perfect to be beautiful. You don't have to have it all figured out to be worthy. You don't have to wait to love yourself. Start here, with one breath, one thought, one gentle affirmation. You are doing better than you think. You are stronger than you know. You are more loved than you can possibly imagine. So today, choose to believe in yourself just a little more. Speak kindly to your body. Be gentle with your heart. And remember, life loves you. And so do I. You are not broken. Even in your hardest moments, when you feel lost, overwhelmed, or deeply uncertain, you are not damaged. What you are is in the beautiful, sacred process of becoming. Life isn't asking you to be perfect. It's inviting you to grow. There is a huge difference between needing to be fixed and being in the process of transformation. You are evolving, shedding old beliefs, releasing what no longer fits. And every piece of your journey, even the messy parts, is part of your becoming. There is no shame in not having it all figured out. There is deep courage in simply continuing. We live in a world that constantly sells us the lie that we need to be more, achieve more, look better, or do something bigger just to be worthy. But the truth is, you've always been whole. Wholeness doesn't mean flawlessness. It means embracing all the parts of you with compassion. The light, the shadow, the progress, the pauses. Healing isn't about returning to some perfect version of yourself. It's about remembering that you were never truly broken in the first place. Even the pain has had purpose. Even the jitters have shaped your strength. You are not starting from emptiness. You are remembering the fullness that's always lived within you. Every single moment is an opportunity to choose love over judgment. To meet yourself with gentleness instead of criticism. To say, even though I don't feel okay, I am still worthy of kindness. You don't have to wait until you've healed completely to start loving yourself. You don't have to wait until all the pieces are perfectly in place. In fact, the real transformation happens when you choose love right in the middle of your uncertainty. When you say, I am enough even here, you begin to create a new foundation, one built not on pressure, but on peace. Your story is still unfolding. Don't rush it. Don't shame the pace. Becoming takes time. A flower doesn't bloom overnight, and neither do you. But with each new day, each conscious breath, each quiet act of self-compassion, you are returning home to who you really are. And that version of you isn't broken. That version of you is powerful, soft, wise, and growing. The more you allow yourself to be in the process, the more you realize the journey itself is where the gold lies. The goal isn't to be perfect. The goal is to be present. That's where true healing begins, when you stop trying to fix yourself and start embracing yourself. Everything changes. You no longer walk through life apologizing for who you are. You stop looking outside of yourself for validation. You begin to trust your own voice, honor your own pace, and show up in your own light. That's when self-love becomes your compass. That's when you begin to magnetize what's meant for you, not because you forced it, but because you aligned with your truth. And your truth is this: you are whole. You are worthy. You are becoming more of your truest self every day. So release the idea that something is wrong with you. Let go of the belief that you have to be fixed. You were not born to be perfect. You were born to be real, to feel, to fall and rise again. You are a beautiful unfolding, a soul in motion, a story still being written. You are not broken, you are becoming. And that is more than enough. That is sacred. That is powerful. That is love in motion. Every thought you think carries energy. Whether you whisper it softly to yourself or repeat it unconsciously all day long, it's creating the foundation of your inner and outer world. Your thoughts are like seeds planted in the garden of your mind. Some are nurturing and life-giving, while others are rooted in fear or self-doubt. Over time, the ones you water most often begin to grow. When you start each day with a flood of what-ifs, stress, and negative self-talk, it's no surprise that your experience mirrors that tension. But when you choose your thoughts with love and care, even gently, life begins to shift in beautiful, surprising ways. It's easy to underestimate the impact of words, especially the ones you speak silently to yourself. But those are often the most powerful. They become the stories you live by, the lens through which you see the world. Repeating statements like, I am safe, I trust the process of life, or good things are always unfolding for me, may seem small, but they act like healing mantras that slowly rebuild your inner landscape. These affirmations begin to replace years of fear-based conditioning with the soft truth that you are worthy, you are capable, and life is not your enemy. It's your partner. This transformation doesn't happen overnight. At first, your mind might resist. The old thoughts, I'm not enough. Nothing ever works out for me. I don't deserve love. They're deeply embedded because they've been reinforced over time. But that's not a sign of failure. It's just a sign that you've been believing a story that doesn't serve you, and now you get to choose again. Every time you catch yourself repeating an old, disempowering belief, you can gently interrupt it and plant a new one in its place. That's how reprogramming begins, not with force, but with repetition and compassion. Your subconscious mind is always listening. It doesn't know the difference between a sarcastic joke and a sacred affirmation. So when you speak about yourself, your worth, or your life, speak with intention. Say what you want to believe, even if you don't fully believe in yet. The more often you say, I am healing, I am supported, I'm enough, the more familiar those words become. And familiarity breeds belief. Eventually, what once felt foreign begins to feel like home. Your nervous system starts to relax. Your choices become more aligned, and you begin to act from a place of power rather than protection. Thoughts are not just reflections of your reality, they are creators of it. That means every thought is a chance to begin again. If your life feels heavy or chaotic, try not to fix everything outside of you first. Start with your inner dialogue. What are you affirming day in and day out? What are you rehearsing mentally that reinforces fear? Shift the script. Not all at once, but word by word. Even a single powerful affirmation repeated throughout your day can become a lifeline, sacred anchor that keeps pulling you back to peace, to clarity, and to truth. You are not a victim of your thoughts, you are the thinker of them, and that makes you incredibly powerful. You have the ability to create beauty, peace, and abundance through the simple, intentional use of your words. It's not about pretending life is perfect, it's about choosing to build a new foundation within yourself, brick by brick, word by word. So choose the ones that uplift you. Speak to yourself with kindness. And remember, every time you say something loving, your mind listens, your heart softens, and your life begins to reflect the truth that was always waiting to be believed. Gratitude is one of the most magnetic energies you can embody. It invites more goodness into your life, not through force, but through a quiet, sacred alignment. When you begin your day with thank you, before anything even happens, you are making a declaration to the universe. I see the beauty already here, and in doing so, life begins to shift, not because everything outside changes immediately, but because you do. Your energy softens, your awareness deepens, you become attuned to miracles you would have otherwise missed. The smallest things, a breath, a bird's song, sunlight on your face, start to feel like blessings. The power of gratitude lies in its ability to change your internal state instantly. You could be in the middle of a storm, facing uncertainty or discomfort, and still say, thank you. Not to deny the challenge, but to remember the truth. There is still something good, something working for you, something holding you up. That doesn't mean pretending everything's okay when it isn't. It means choosing to anchor your heart in something deeper than the chaos. When you start your day with a grateful thought, it becomes a lens through which the rest of the day unfolds. It tunes you to a frequency of appreciation and grace. Life is always responding to the energy you bring to it. If you wake up in dread or complaint, that energy multiplies. But when you wake up in gratitude, even before your feet hit the floor, you shift the momentum. It doesn't take a grand gesture. It takes one moment of presence. Thank you for this breath. Thank you for another chance. Thank you for what is here now. And from that humble beginning, a powerful wave of abundance begins to flow. It may show up in ways you expect, or in beautiful surprises that you didn't even know were waiting for you. Gratitude also dissolves resistance. When you are truly thankful for what you already have, you create space for more to arrive, not because you're begging for it, but because you're no longer blocking it with doubt, lack, or fear. You become a willing receiver. You show life that you are ready to hold more, enjoy more, and grow more. And life responds, it always does. Gratitude is not passive, it's powerful. It's a conscious act of trust, a decision to meet life with open arms rather than a closed heart. That's why it's called a gateway. It opens what once felt impossible. Sometimes we wait for something big to happen before we allow ourselves to feel grateful. We think we'll be thankful when we reach the goal, when we heal, when we arrive at that future moment. But gratitude is not a reward for when everything is perfect. It's the practice that brings peace even when things aren't. And ironically, the more you express gratitude now, the more those future dreams begin to manifest with ease. Because you're no longer coming from desperation, but from alignment, from presence, from knowing that what you have now is already enough. So begin each morning by choosing a grateful thought. Whisper it, write it, feel it. Let it fill your chest and soften your eyes. Let it shape how you move through the hours ahead. Gratitude is not just a mood, it's a frequency, a state of being. It calls in light, attracts love, and reminds you that miracles are not distant. They are here. And the more you notice them, the more they multiply. Gratitude is the gateway, and you hold the key. All it takes is a quiet thank you to begin. Forgiveness is not something you offer because what happened was okay. It's something you choose because you no longer want to be emotionally tied to the pain. When you hold on to past wounds, betrayals, or mistakes, you carry their weight with you like invisible chains. That weight shows up in your body as tension, in your thoughts as anger, in your relationships as fear. It seeps into moments of peace and taints your ability to feel joy fully. Forgiveness doesn't deny that something hurt. It simply says, I choose not to suffer from it any longer. It's a brave act of freedom, a reclaiming of your emotional power. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't mean pretending nothing happened. It means you're no longer willing to be defined by that pain. So often we believe that if we forgive, we're letting someone off the hook. But the truth is you're letting yourself off the hook. You're choosing your own peace over your need to be right, or your desire to replay the past. The hurt may not have been your fault, but the healing is your responsibility. And when you offer forgiveness, not just to others but to yourself, you create space for healing that cannot enter a closed, resentful heart. Self-acceptance is a tender part of forgiveness that many people overlook. We are often the hardest on ourselves, replaying our own mistakes, holding on to guilt like it's a punishment we deserve. But you cannot hate yourself into healing. You cannot shame yourself into peace. Self-acceptance is not saying, I did everything perfectly. It's saying, even in my imperfection, I still choose to love myself. That kind of radical self-compassion is where the deepest healing lies. Because once you learn to forgive yourself, you naturally become more forgiving, more open-hearted, more free. There's a quiet strength that comes with forgiveness. It's not loud or performative. It's not about the other person even knowing you forgive them. It's about you knowing that you're no longer letting that pain control your joy. It's about sitting with the old hurt, acknowledging it, and then letting it rise and float away like a feather in the wind. You stop rehearsing the story. You stop needing closure from outside yourself. You give yourself the closure by choosing peace. And in that moment, something inside of you softens. Your heart breathes again. You become lighter. Healing isn't a straight path. Some days you'll feel like you've released it all. Other days, the same old pain creeps back in. That doesn't mean you failed. It just means you're human. Forgiveness is not a one-time event. It's a daily practice of choosing to let go, even just a little bit more. Each time you catch yourself slipping into resentment or shame, gently bring yourself back to compassion. Remind yourself that you're doing your best, that the past does not define you, that you are allowed to grow beyond what hurt you. When you begin to forgive, you begin to feel again. You start noticing beauty, softness, presence. You create space for joy where pain used to live. And in that sacred space, Life begins to meet you in new ways, with ease, with grace, with possibility. You are no longer stuck in an old chapter. You are free to write a new one filled with peace, with power, with self-love. Forgiveness is not a weakness. It's the greatest strength of all, because it means you've stopped letting the past win, and you've decided to choose love instead. Self-love is not something you find outside yourself. It is something you awaken within. It is not earned by being perfect, achieving more, or meeting every expectation placed upon you. It is your birthright. You were born whole, already worthy, already enough. Yet over time, the world teaches us otherwise. We begin to measure our value based on how much we do, how well we perform, or how accepted we are by others. But the truth is, the deeper you go within, the more you'll remember that your value has never changed. It was simply buried under layers of doubt. Reclaiming your worth is an act of remembering who you truly are. When you choose self-love, you don't become selfish, you become sacred. You begin to treat your heart with reverence. You start listening to your needs with gentleness instead of judgment. You let go of toxic patterns, not out of punishment, but because you finally believe you deserve better. Self-love teaches you to stop begging for crumbs and start setting a table for your own soul. And as you rise in that love, you stop seeking validation from places that never truly saw you. You begin to become your own safe space. Your own healer, your own constant source of compassion. Every time you affirm your worth, whether through a kind thought, a firm boundary, or a quiet moment of rest, you're telling life, I am ready for more. And life responds. Your relationships shift, your opportunities expand, your peace deepens. Not because anything outside you changed first, but because your inner vibration elevated. The world reflects what you believe about yourself. If you see yourself as lacking, you attract more experiences of lack. But when you root into the truth of your enoughness, your reality begins to soften. It begins to bless you in ways you didn't even know were possible. It is easy to love yourself when you're succeeding, glowing, or being praised. But the true power of self-love is how you treat yourself in the silence, in the moments when you feel lost, unsure, or broken. Will you speak to yourself kindly then? Will you wrap your arms around your own trembling heart and say, even now, I am worthy? That's the kind of love that transforms. The unconditional kind. The love that doesn't wait for you to earn it, but offers itself freely because it sees your soul, not just your performance. Choosing self-love daily is an act of rebellion in a world that profits from your self-doubt. It's a bold decision to no longer abandon yourself to please others. It's a declaration that your needs matter, your feelings are valid, and your dreams are worth pursuing. It means saying no without guilt and yes without fear. It means honoring your voice even when it shakes. And as you live from that place, your life naturally starts aligning with what nourishes and uplifts you. You attract people who respect you, paths that support you, and experiences that mirror your wholeness. So take a moment today and every day to look inward, not with criticism, but with awe. Remind yourself that you are not a problem to fix, you are a miracle to embrace. Self-love is not a destination, it's a daily practice of returning to yourself again and again. Through every season, every mistake, every triumph, you are worthy, you have always been. And the more you live from that knowing, the more the universe rises to meet you with love in return. You are deeply loved by life itself in ways far greater than the mind can fully comprehend. This love is not conditional, and it does not disappear when you feel all lost or unsure of your worth. It is steady and infinite, holding you gently through every twist in your journey. From the very first breath you took, life has been saying yes to you. Yes to your existence, yes to your growth, yes to your unique path. Even when things don't go according to your plan, life's love doesn't vanish. It simply guides you through a different doorway towards something even more aligned with your soul. There may be moments when you question this love, when you feel forgotten or unsupported. That's okay, that is a part of being human. But just because you can't always see the full picture doesn't mean you aren't being held. Think about the times you've made it through what you thought would break you. The unexpected help that arrived just in time. The whisper in your heart that told you to keep going, even when everything seemed dark. That wasn't coincidence. That was life, loving you in its quiet, mysterious ways, through guide grace, through resilience you didn't know you had. This love doesn't demand perfection from you. It celebrates your authenticity. It watches you stumble and still calls you worthy. Life doesn't wait for you to have it all figured out to show up for you. It shows up because you are worthy now, in your messy, raw, beautiful becoming. And the more you trust that love, the less you rely on outside validation to feel whole. You start listening to your inner wisdom instead of chasing approval. You stop hustling to prove yourself and begin living from a place of ease, of softness, of quiet knowing. I am supported. I am loved. I am enough. Every sunrise is a reminder that you get another chance, another opportunity to feel this love in your breath, in your body, in the rhythm of your own heart. Life is always offering signs, gentle nudges, synchronistic moments, people who enter your life at just the right time. The more you open your heart, the more clearly you begin to see them. The love is not just around you, it is within you. It's what animates your smile, fuels your creativity, and lights the way when you're unsure of your next step. Trusting in this love doesn't mean everything becomes easy. It means you no longer walk alone. When you truly believe that life loves you, something inside of you shifts. You begin to approach challenges with faith instead of fear. You let go of the need to control every outcome and start flowing with the current of life rather than resisting it. You stop questioning your path so harshly and start seeing your journey as sacred, even the hard parts. That trust becomes your strength. It doesn't mean you'll never feel pain, but it means the pain won't define you. Because underneath it all, there is a love that never leaves, a love that sees every version of you and stays. So if you're reading this, let it be your reminder you are not alone. You are being guided even now. You are being held in ways you cannot yet see. Take a deep breath and let that truth settle into your bones. You don't have to strive to be worthy of love. You already are. You don't have to chase the light. You are the light. Life loves you completely, unconditionally, always. And the more you return to this truth, the more miracles begin to unfold in the most unexpected and beautiful ways. You are not here by accident. Your life is meaningful, your presence is purposeful, and your journey, no matter how winding, is sacred. You are loved deeply by life itself, not because of what you do, but because of who you are. The more you speak to yourself with kindness, the more life will rise up to meet you with grace. Choose gratitude in the morning. Choose forgiveness throughout the day. Choose self-love as your foundation. These aren't just soft words. They are powerful practices that call healing, peace, and miracles into your reality. Trust this moment. Trust yourself. And trust that everything is unfolding in divine timing. Life loves you, always has. And the more you remember that, the more free, joyful, and whole you will feel.